You woke up this morning, checked your phone before you even said good morning to yourself, brushed your teeth the same way you always do, made coffee without thinking about it, maybe scrolled Instagram for just 2 minutes, and then wondered why your life feels like it's on autopilot. Here's the terrifying part. You didn't make a single one of those decisions. Your brain did, without you, and it did it on purpose. Okay, so first, what is a habit, scientifically speaking? Because most people think habits are just things you do a lot, like biting your nails or saying like too much. Which, yeah, but it's actually way weirder than that. A habit is a neurological shortcut. Here's what happens inside your skull. Every time you do something new, like learning to drive, your brain is working hard. The prefrontal cortex, the CEO part of your brain, is fully clocked in, stressed, overwhelmed, thinking about every single thing. But the moment you repeat that behavior enough times, your brain goes, oh, we're doing this again? Cool, I'll file this in the basement. That basement is called the basal ganglia, an ancient, primitive part of your brain. It stores repeated behaviors so your conscious mind doesn't have to deal with them. Essentially, your brain outsources your life to a caveman. Scientists call it the habit loop, first described by MIT researchers in the 1990s. It has 3 parts: cue, a trigger that starts the behavior; routine, the behavior itself; reward, the payoff that makes your brain want to repeat it. Do this loop enough times, it becomes automatic. Your brain literally rewires itself. This is called neuroplasticity, which sounds like something superheroes have, but actually just means your brain can change its own wiring based on what you repeatedly do. So yes, you are actively sculpting your brain every single day. Make that slightly terrifying and slightly empowering at the same time. Now here's where it gets evil. Your brain runs on dopamine, the chemical of anticipation and reward. And here's the sneaky part most people don't know. You get dopamine before the reward, not after. Researchers at Stanford found that dopamine spikes the moment you see the cue, not when you actually get the reward. So when you see the Instagram icon, your brain already fired its dopamine cannon. You haven't even opened the app yet. You're already hooked. This is why you can pick up your phone, scroll for 10 minutes, put it down feeling weirdly worse, and then pick it up again 3 minutes later. Your brain is chasing a hit it already told itself it got. Your phone is basically a slot machine designed by neuroscientists who read all the same papers we're talking about right now. Rude. This is why habits aren't really about the routine, they're about the craving the cue creates. Charles Duhigg, who wrote The Power of Habit, explains that once the loop is carved into your brain, the cue alone triggers an automatic craving. Your brain doesn't ask permission anymore, it just wants. Which is why you can walk into a kitchen you're not even hungry in, smell popcorn, and suddenly need popcorn more than you've ever needed anything in your entire life. Okay, we need to talk about the 2-1-day myth. You've heard it, 21 days to build a habit. It's on every wellness app, every productivity guru's morning routine video, every journal sold at airport bookstores. It's not true, at all. A 2010 study by Philippa Lally at University College London tracked people building new habits over 84 days. The result? It takes an average of 66 days for a behavior to become automatic. And depending on the complexity of the habit, it ranged from 18 days to 254 days. 254 days. That is not a 2-1-day challenge. That is most of a pregnancy. But here's the good news. The study also found something comforting. Missing 1 day doesn't break the habit. Skipping a day had almost no long-term impact on habit formation. It's consistency over time that counts, not perfection. So stop feeling guilty about the 1 day you didn't go to the gym. Your habit is not gone. Your streak isn't ruined. You just had a Tuesday. This is the part everyone wants to know. Because knowing habits exist is cute, but how do you actually break one? Here's the truth neuroscience has confirmed. You can't destroy a habit. You can only replace it. MIT research showed that once a habit loop is formed, it stays encoded in the basal ganglia potentially forever. Even years after you quit something, the neural pathway is still there. So that's why one cigarette drags former smokers back. The brain goes, oh wait, I remember this file. Keep the same cue and the same reward but swap the routine. This is called the golden rule of habit change. Example, you come home stress cue, you eat junk food routine, you feel comforted reward. To break it, keep the cue, you come home stressed, swap the routine, call a friend, go for a walk, do 10 push-ups, keep chasing the same reward, comfort, relief. Your brain doesn't care how it gets the reward. It just wants it. Your brain is basically a toddler. It doesn't care if it gets candy or a hug. It just wants something nice right now. There's a research-backed trick called an implementation intention. Instead of saying, I want to exercise more, you say, when CUE happens, I will routine. When I wake up and make coffee, I will put on my workout shoes. Researchers found this specific phrasing doubles and sometimes triples follow-through rates because you're programming your brain. In the language, it already uses cue, routine, reward. You're basically hacking yourself, which is extremely cool. Okay, one last thing, and this might be the most powerful thing in this entire video. Stanford behavioral scientist BJ Fogg and basically every modern habit researcher agrees on this. Willpower is a myth. Environment is everything. Your habits are responses to your surroundings. Change the environment, change the behavior. This is called choice architecture. Examples. Want to eat less junk? Don't buy it. What's not in your house can't tempt you. Want to read more? Put a book on your pillow every morning. Want to use your phone less? Charge it in a different room at night. You don't need more discipline. You need better architecture. James Clear literally wrote a whole best-selling book about this called Atomic Habits, and his core message is, make the good habit obvious and easy, make the bad habit invisible and hard. That's it. That's the whole thing. Adding friction to bad habits is the secret weapon. Every extra step you require yourself to take to access a bad habit gets you one more second to catch yourself. I deleted Instagram off my phone and kept it only on my laptop. Now, if I want to scroll mindlessly, I have to physically open a laptop, log in, and sit down. Sometimes I do it anyway, but a lot of times I just don't, because effort is the enemy of impulse. Lazy brain, use it. So here's the recap fast. Your brain converts repeated behaviors into automatic loops to save energy. The habit loop is cue, routine, reward. Dopamine fires at the cue, that's why cravings feel involuntary. Habits take 18 to 254 days to form, not 21. You can't delete habits, only replace them. Environment beats willpower every single time. Your brain isn't broken. It's not lazy. It's incredibly efficient. It's just been quietly running programs you forgot you installed. The good news? Now you know how to be the programmer. If this genuinely changed how you think about your daily routine, which it should have, hit subscribe, because we go this deep on how your mind actually works every single week. And drop in the comments, what's the one habit you're either trying to build or trying to break? I read every single one, genuinely. See you next video. Go drink some water. That's a habit too.